Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Conversations with Candace. I'm Candace and we're going to be conversing today. Today I am telling you all about my Cabo birthday trip. I posted it on Instagram and I mainly posted on my close friends because I don't like for people to know when I'm out of town and I'm not at my house, but I'm back now. I had a blast. So what I wanted to do is put all the information about my booking, the entertainment, the food, transportation, all of that in one video. So it's always here. So when somebody says, girl, you got to tell me about your trip, I can tell you it was great, and then I can send you this video link. So if you're looking for a specific detail, I'm putting timestamps in the description box. So you don't have to listen to something that you don't want to listen to. So in this video, I'm going to cover how I booked, transportation, food, entertainment, where I stayed, flight, as much as possible. And I'm going to try to do it in a timely fashion. I ain't going to keep y'all here long, but let's get started. Okay, let's talk booking. I booked through a website called United Vacations. It is a United Airlines website, but they do the full vacation package booking. That made it so much easier because I struggle with flight, then finding a van to take me, and then where I'm gonna stay. I don't want to have to do a whole lot. I wanted to book it all in one place, and that's what I did. What's really good about this website is that you pay a deposit, which was $250 per person. There were 2 people on my booking, and then the rest of the amount could be paid however you wanted. You could spread it out over time, and then it was 48 to 50 days before booking the entire payment was due. So that worked really well for me because I could book months in advance and just make sure I made that payment on time. So that was really good for me. My booking included booking the resort, the van that was going to take us to the resort, and then from the resort back to the airport. That also included our flight. Now, I get flight anxiety, so I booked first class, and obviously first class is going to cost a little bit more, but you get a little bit more too. And it was really not super expensive. We paid about $2,000 per person, and that included all of our meals, transportation, flight, and everything for 4 days. That also included flight insurance because with COVID, you never know what's going to happen and you're not guaranteed to get your money back if a flight is canceled or a vacation is canceled. So I did pay for flight insurance too, and the transportation was $99. I was able to get the United app so that I could keep track of every single thing that was happening, but they sent me a lot of emails saying, okay, vacation's coming up, click here to do this and click here to do that. So it was super duper easy. And then the transportation once we got to Cabo was provided by a company called Amstar. And Amstar actually also helped us when we got to the resort to book the extra things that we wanted to do. Our guy was super nice. Our driver was super nice. All we had to do was check our email. It said to go to podium number 7, and the lady was there. She had our names on the list, and we waited for about 15 minutes so everybody could come. Ended up being just us, and they took us to our resort. From the airport to the resort was an hour drive, but the van had air. It was very comfortable. They had signs everywhere that you have to wear your mask. We were comfortable with that because we're not trying to get the vid out on vacation. And they do have signs to tip the drivers. I love to tip. Tipping is everything. So I would recommend, even though you have booked an all-inclusive vacation, one thing you should bring cash for is to tip. $2 here, $5 here. If they're being awesome, $10, whatever you feel on your heart to do to tip. Yes, it's already paid for, but tipping is always appreciated. So the resort that we stayed at is called Breathless, and it is all inclusive. There are no children. It's a whole vibe. I really enjoyed it. And they are a part of the AMR Resorts family. And I can't say enough good things about it. From the time we were there, they sanitized our luggage for us and then brought it up with us. And the lady at the front desk was super nice. I was a little worried because I do speak a little Spanish, but not a whole lot. But they speak English there too. We did have to schedule our COVID test, and so we did that at the desk. Then they showed us to our room. I made sure to get a later flight in the day because most of the time when you're going to a hotel, the rooms are not ready until 3, and I was not going to be out and about after my flight. I need to get my stuff in. I want to, get fresh and then go out and see what else is out there. But our room was ready when we got there, so that was perfect. One thing I didn't like about the room is that there was no deadbolt. Like, there was a card that you like scan to get in the door, but there was no way for us to lock the door from the inside so no one else could get in. I be scary. I ain't trying to have nobody come in my door. So I put a chair in front of my door. If you are a woman and you travel alone, that's a good idea to make sure that you have something that you can put in front of the door just to keep yourself safe. I didn't think that it was going to be unsafe, but you could never take too much of a precaution. So now that I've told you where we're staying, let me show you our room. What we did also find was that, I guess because it's adults only, there was like porn on the regular channels. Like, we had 2 regular channels of porn. So if you like porn, there's that. So of the restaurants that were included, there's one called Bites that was probably open the most. Barefoot, Cabo, which is the Mediterranean one that we were going to eat at, but we didn't because I think there was only outside seating or something, and we were not trying to wait for that. And then there was Spumante, which was Italian, really, really good. And then there was Fishnet, and Fishnet was also really good. So let me just show you some of the food that we ate because, honey, I ate. The extra services that I purchased once I got there, I knew I wanted to do a spa service, and the spa service did not disappoint. Because I did the booking in my name, I was able to get 25% off of a spa service, and I got that. We also had some spa coupons, like $40 off and stuff like that. They were for various things, and so it was more beneficial to me to use the 25% off, and so I did that. I got a 25-minute shoulder, back, and neck massage, but also I got to use the jacuzzi that was out there that had like a beach view. I got to use the steam room with the cool towels. It was so good. I got to use the relaxation room that had like this little shower, like water situation. Like, we had total use of the spa in addition to our massages, and my massage was amazing. If it hadn't been so hot, I did have the option to have the little window shutters open so I could have a view of the marina while getting my massage. Another thing that we paid for that was like $100 was the sunset dinner cruise, and it was like light bites, and we went out at 6 and we got to see a lot of the arches and just the ocean and the beautiful city condos and stuff like that. And I did get a little seasick after the first hour because the boat wasn't very big, but they provided an open bar type setting on the boat and food to eat. There was music. Now, we did figure out that we were on the old timer boat. We were not on the millennial boat because there was another boat out there that was living their life. You know, they was twerking, they had the music that we liked. So we would have loved to be on that boat, but we still had a really, really good time. The last thing that I paid extra for was the Dolphin Encounter. I think this was probably the best part of my trip. I really love animals, but once I got to the pool, like the giant pool where they keep the dolphins, and got to touch the dolphin and see it do tricks and stuff, I was terrified, okay? It's so smooth and it was so sweet. Nakai was his name, but like, it's wildlife. And I don't be around animals like that. But it was such a wonderful time. The only downside to the Dolphin Encounter is like you go when you're done into the room to see where they took photos of you because they don't let you bring your phone. I looked at the pictures and they were really pretty. Like they had like retouched them and made them look really nice, but it was like $200. Now the thing is, had I prepared for that, had I known like y'all gonna price gouge me, it would not have been a surprise. Like I would have already known before we got there. But I had already paid $129, I believe, for the Dolphin Encounter. Then you're telling me that me and my friend got to pay $200 to get the pictures that you took. And so that was really upsetting to me, even though like there was two of us, so we were gonna split the 200. I was like, nah, let me talk to a manager, because I feel like this is a lot. And I learned from some friends that in tropical places like that, when you have those like encounters, that's what they do. They get you on the pictures and they say it's for the, you know, training of the animals and upkeep of the, you know, like facilities. But that didn't sit well with me. So when I got back, I actually sent a message to the manager and she kind of explained it to me. It was still the same bull. But I was like, you know what, cool. And she actually offered me a 30% off discount, which I don't think that's standard, but like she knew that was high. And so we got it for $139 instead of for $200. And we split it and the pictures were fabulous. But the Dolphin Encounter itself was great. Just know that they're not gonna let you bring your phone and you will have to pay a lot to have evidence that you even saw the dolphins. Now let's talk entertainment. I didn't get the app beforehand because I didn't know that they had an app for the like resort, but the app does contain what's happening day to day at the resort. I called a couple times before we got there and she's like, oh, I don't have the schedule, but usually on Tuesdays we have this. And so what I really wanted to see was on Wednesdays they have a fire show, but we weren't there on a Wednesday. We were there Friday to Tuesday. So we didn't get to see the fire show, but they had a DJ one night downstairs by the infinity pool who played like 90s hip hop R&B type, and that was real cool. There's always a DJ up on the roof of one of the buildings, but that's more like techno-y, like not my vibe. You could obviously tip him to play your songs, but that's not that. I wasn't finna do that. My friend stayed one extra day and she recorded a lady playing a harp, and it was like modern songs but on the harp, and that was really cool. I really wish that they had like karaoke night, but there's obviously like downtown clubs and stuff that do that, but I wish the resort had like karaoke night or a night when you can choose what kind of music you hear, and also like a pedicab or some kind of little cart like after you eat at the like restaurant to take you back to your room. Like those are the two things I wish they had a little bit better entertainment where you don't ever have to leave the resort to find it, and a little pedicab bike person to take me in a little cart from the restaurant down to my room after I've had too much to eat. Now for shopping, I didn't do too much shopping. We walked down the little boardwalk and there's a whole bunch of like restaurants and shops right off of the resort area. And I did buy a little bracelet and we stopped and had a drink at one of the restaurants, but it was a little hot and I wasn't wearing the right shoes to be walking. There's so many different shops to buy things right off of the side of the resort. Otherwise, if you want to go downtown, there's like stores where you can buy all kind of medicine, and I mean like antibiotics and viral medicine, all kind of medication. There are clubs downtown. I didn't go into the clubs because I was not trying to get the COVID, but there are clubs that are open. It's a really lively place. You can do as much or as little as you want. This trip was much needed the food and the drinks, the view, the pool, the relaxation. It was so quiet because there were no children there. The weather was great for my flight. In-flight services were awesome. Even navigating the airports, because I had the United app, I was able to get the information that I needed to see where I needed to go. I didn't have any last-minute issues. Leaving Mexico, you do have to upload your COVID information on their website, and you'll get that information in your booking, but you'll also get it from the front desk. And then once you upload your COVID information, it'll just show you a little picture saying that you're good to go, have like a little green check mark on the page, and you show it to the person going back into the airport in Mexico, and she'll like scan the little code, and you're good. You're good to go. If you have your phone and you can navigate on your phone, these apps are all you need. Now, if you're a person who likes to print stuff out, that's fine too. But I don't like a lot of paper, and we are in the year of our Lord 2021, and these apps really do help. The AMR Resorts app was great. The United Vacations app was great. And really, those are the two that I used the entire time, and I didn't need anything else. So now that I've told you how I booked, how I got there, where I stayed, what I did when I was there, and how I got home, I think that I've included most of the information that you need, but if you have any questions, please let me know. Feel free to leave them in the comments below, but also check the timestamp because I might have already answered your question. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Conversations with Candace, and until next time, y'all have a good day.